My name is Jessica, and I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm also still getting over something, so my voice is not where it should be, but we're gonna keep on trucking. Today I'm going to be showing you the Colourpop collaboration with Avatar: The Last Airbender, Legend of Korra. So I am a big Avatar fan. I love Aang, Katara, Zuko, Jet, Sokka, Iroh, all that kind of stuff. I don't like The Legend of Korra for various reasons. However, when I saw this collection come out, I thought the colors were really nice, and I still felt like it was part of the Avatar fandom, which it is. And as you'll see in the palette and everything else, there was still the Water, Earth, Fire, and Air Nation symbols on everything, and very tied to not just The Legend of Korra, but the original. So for those reasons, I decided to get it anyway. I mean, you really have to talk me out of buying something, right? So I already filmed a portion of this video. I'm jumping around with everything being so crazy lately, but I already filmed one look. I will show you that now. So I'm filming this piece on my birthday before I go out. I would like to wear some Avatar makeup on my birthday. I'm a little more nervous than I usually would be because this is the first time since the eye issues that I'm putting on makeup. I don't know if that video explaining all of that is up yet. I also have some kind of cold or something. Bear with me as I try to bear with the year 2023. So here's the front, which I may have already showed you. Here's the book, and it is like a book, like the other palette was. Whoops, we got the shades on the back, little plastic that we don't need inside. And then here is our beautiful palette. So I don't think it's going to come as a surprise to anybody what colors I'm going to use first. I'm going to use my Too Faced Mr. Right eyeshadow brush. This is the smudger brush. And I'm going to start with Water Bending, which has some sparkle in it. It's like a light blue matte, and it does have the imprint of the Water Nation symbol in it. This eye is primed, the other eye is not, and if this works out and I keep wearing makeup, I don't think I will be wearing primer on that other eye anytime soon, just to let it breathe as much as possible. This is going to be my transition shade. It's quite powdery, yet it is building up nicely. Sparkles are pretty much flying everywhere. That's okay. Anytime I see a shade like this, I don't expect it to do much in that regard. So I would say it took a little bit more building up on the unprimed side, but as you can see, pretty good. I would say on this side it is a little bit darker. Pretty good though. Then I'm going to take Change, which might be a super deep blue gray. I'm going to take the same brush. My usual brushes are still drying from me cleaning everything last night. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I love that. Now, is it that color because it's blending with the water bending shade? I don't know. But if it is, I mean, that means it's super versatile. If it's not, then it's just this pretty in general. So, win-win. This is going in my crease, by the way. I'm definitely scatterbrained today. More so than usual. I'm just going to try to blend this here a little more, like one shade into the other. It's really pretty. I hope this wears well. I'm going to put just a little bit more on this side, like on the outermost portion. Make sure I don't lose like that shape. They're really pretty. I'm going to take some of Change on my pinky, and I'm going to put that on my outer third. Yeah, it's really hard to tell. I feel like it's like a deep gray that's a little bit blue, But definitely you saw when I combined it with the other, it became definitely a dark blue. I'm really nervous about putting it over here. Doctor said I could. Just nerve-wracking, but I'll save all that for that other video. Then I'm going to take Rebel Spirit, which I think is a super light blue. That's a cream. Wah, wah. You know I don't like cream shadows in a palette. Honestly, this doesn't even feel like a Super Shock shadow. It just feels like a real, not that the other one isn't a real cream shadow, but those like wear well on me, and like there's still a bit of like stiffness to them. This is just that was a great sound effect for this. I'm gonna try though. I'm gonna put this on the inner. Ugh, it's so gross feeling, honestly. I don't think this is gonna wear well. I'm gonna put this on my inner 2/3 and blend it into the deep blue, or whatever we want to call it. It is so pretty though. I mean, do I have these shades somewhere else? Probably. but I mean, I like them. I don't know. I don't think this is going to hold up well on this side. I think it's definitely going to need a primer for me. Yeah, I'm having a little bit of trouble putting it over here, but that is where the issue is, so we can't judge that. Then I'm going to take my Too Faced Mr. Right eyeshadow brush, the large shader, whatever that means, and I'm going to take Air, which looks like just a pure white shimmer, which looks super pretty. I'm going to touch it though. Is it a cream? Yay, it's not a cream. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that. You know I love having a shimmery brow bone highlight. And I'm going to, ooh, love that. I'm going to put that on my brow bone. Love it. All right, it looks like these guys are dry enough. So I'm going to start with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it. The writing is really rubbed off now. And I'm going to go into water bending. And I'm going to put that on the outer half of my lower lash line. Then I'm going to take my smaller version of that brush from Wish, and I'm going to go into Change. And I'm going to put that over that, but tighter to my lower lash line. I'm just going to try to close this gap. This is not the eyeshadow nor my eye. Well, not the eye issue. This just might be my eye shape and my lack of skills. Then I'm going to take that same brush and go into Rebel Spirit. Look at this. And I'm going to put that on the inner half of my lower lash line. I know this is like somewhat ridiculous, but I'm actually shaking that I have this on my eye. This has been such an ordeal. All right, so that's the look. I'll show you, of course, with finished everything else, but it's beautiful. It applied really well. You know, I don't like the texture of this one, but I mean, as long as it holds up well, doesn't matter. We shall see. Like I said, I think if it's going to hold up well, it's going to be on this one. It's not going to be on this one because I'm probably going to need a primer with that one. But overall, I like this a lot, and I super duper hope it wears well. So I will just have you know that this eyeshadow has been on for maybe 10 minutes. And this one, definitely creasing and moving. This one, like definitely in here it's starting. I don't think this is gonna go well. Unfortunately, that look wore terribly. That creamy shade didn't matter if I had the primer on or not. It was just all over. It was definitely better on the primed side than the not primed side, but it was pretty bad. So I don't know. I'm gonna do swatches and everything now and explore everything in the collection, show you what's here, and I'm hoping there are no more of those cream shadows in the palette. So here is the palette. I may have already showed you. It has Korra, Bolin, and Mako on it, as well as Papu. Oh, and Tenzin's back there too. I didn't even see him. Wow. All right, wake up, Jessica. And then you open it up, and it's a book with Korra on it. Very nice, you know, for the books, if you're a fan of the series. And then you open it up. This looks like, I forget whether it was the art book that released for the series or the DVD collection released for the series. I do have the art book. I definitely don't have the DVD collection for this one. But they use the same artwork, and I think that's a nice idea. So then here we have the palette, which this is kind of what I would have wanted the original palette to be from the Avatar: The Last Airbender collection. But I get it, because, you know, the original Avatar, everything a little more natural, elemental, whereas here, this is a little more futuristic, so everything is bolder, brighter. More of the characters wear bold makeup, so I get the change. I get how it's similar, but taken up a notch. Honestly, I think they did a really good job with the color selection. It's the formula so far that has been an issue. So let's do these swatches. I guess it doesn't really matter which direction I go. It's not lined up the same way the other palette was in Water, Earth, Fire, and Air. This one is pretty mixed, which so is the series. So, Water Bending, beautiful blue. Rebel Spirit, which is this cream that I don't like. Earth Bending, which is a nice green. Oh, one more. I have room for one more. And Air, which is just a nice white. Such a shame, because this is such a gorgeous color. These two look promising. Endgame, Mover Star, Change, Spirits, because, you know, we had to get that bronze in there. But it does make sense for this color story, or fandom rather. I'm gonna throw things at myself. Now let's see what we got here. Pro Bender, Future Industries. Ugh, it's a cream. Balance, Harmony. Now this looks pretty similar to the other palette, whereas I feel like the other shades are different enough. So like, I know I'm not done yet. This one here is pretty close to this one, but the formula I don't like. So I guess it depends on like how you use that one, because you could get, if you stay over here, because it's like a marbleized shadow, you could get, well, let's see what we get. If we stay over here, yeah, we get like a red, but if we go over here, we get the black. So let me just put those here and here. And then together they look like this. But unfortunately, at least on someone like me with hooded eyes, it's not going to wear well. So that one's pretty much out. And we have Airbending, which is, that one's pretty close to the old palette. Rebirth and Firebending, also pretty close to the old palette. So it's really like a remake, which the series is a remake, kind of, but yeah, or continuation, not remake. So I like the color story a lot, but the formula so far I'm not thrilled with. All right, then we have some really interesting, also really tiny, multichrome, duochrome liquid eyeshadows. So we have Water, Earth, Fire, and Air, and they're really pretty packaging. I really like all of this. And let's take a look. I mean, I've seen them in the package. It's a matter of how do they apply, how do they wear, you know? You know, little details that I'm just noticing. So I just opened this up and Republic City is inside. That's a really nice detail. So here's the water one. It's like blue, purple, murky gorgeousness. So let's put this on this side and see what we got. And of course we won't know until I put it on my eyes. All right, so you can definitely see the shift in the camera. I can see the shift on my arm in real life, but we won't know what it does on my eyes yet. Then we have Earth, which is green to bronze, but I want to say there's like a little touch of purple in there, like in the bronze part, if that makes any sense. So, see that? Maybe a little red? No, more like a, it looks red in the camera. I would say more of a bronze. And that one's sheerer than the blue one. Fire. This looks like one of those Japanese beetles that make me scream in the summertime, but it's gorgeous. This is like a rainbow. I see like magenta, green, and like a deep teal in here. Let's see what we actually get. Okay, so I see like a magenta to green, both in the camera and in real life on my arm. And then we have Air. Oof, this is so pretty too. I have a nail polish like this from Koki. This is also like the Japanese beetles that make me scream in the summer. This is like a bronze to a green teal. Like, that sounds so basic, but this doesn't look basic. Let's see. There's not much going on with that one. If anything, it's more bronzy to reddish on my arm. The other ones, though, you can see stuff happening, at least on my arm. So that's pretty cool. I hope these wear well. And maybe they'll expand like this line too, because this is the first time they've done something like this. That's so cool that like the Avatar fandom would be the first time they try something like this. And if it becomes like permanent in the line, that's really cool. Then we have the eyeliners, which unfortunately I won't be using yet because of the eye issues, which I will have a video on soon if it's not already up. So this is the Korra one, and it's called Korra. I think it's light blue, which would be really cool. Yeah. So it's not as bright as I thought it was going to be. It's more like a waterbender blue, which is fine. I love that. I just thought it was going to be more of like a pale blue aqua, if that makes any sense. Just based on the pictures I saw online. And then we have the Asami one, which is called Heart to Heart. And I think this is a brown one. Let's see. Is it, or is it like a burgundy? It's hard to tell. Reddish brown, burgundy maybe? I think those were, these were like really smart choices too. Like they go very well with the characters. They chose to go with them. Okie dokie, we have some Fresh Kiss lip stains, which I know some people don't like these. I like them. I mean, they, you know, they move around and stuff, but I don't know, I just kind of like them. This one is a nude. This looked a lot lighter on the website. I would say it's more of a medium, light medium. I would compare this to Tarte's Birthday Suit and Tarte's Party for the cheeks, a blush. That's what it's called. Just color-wise. This one's called Loyal Friend, and it has Naga. You know, you can be mad at, like, the plot and the characters as much as you want, but, like, you can't be mad at the animals, you know? So, let's see what that looks like. It's a nice color. I like that. And these are also totally different from the ones of the Avatar collection. I have those right here. So the Avatar collection did like a coral, and this that we talked about last time. So this time they also did like a more neutral and a bold, but that's the neutral. And the bold one is called Partner in Crime, and it's like a deep burgundy. It has Pabu on it. Yeah, this is... I think this is the color Asami wears, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So, again, that makes sense. Why for the other one they didn't do an Azula lipstick color or a Suki lipstick color, I don't know. I don't know why they went with a fluorescent, like red pink, but that's what they did. So, ooh, this one's like a different consistency. This one's like moussey, like dryish moussey, whereas this one's like lumpy glossy, if that makes any kind of sense. So we'll have to see how that goes. The last thing we got here is the gigantic Super Shock highlighter, not the ones in the little screw-on containers. This is the big lift-up one. It's huge. I don't know why they did that, but okay. And it's got like the spirits on it. Spirit Wilds, it's called. Here it is. That's pretty cute. And we open it up, and it's also a marbleized highlighter. I don't know why they didn't do any blushes for either collection, but I don't know. Maybe that was a good choice. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Because the blushes can get pretty generic sometimes. So check this out. I don't know what to make of it, honestly, because like, what do? You just swirl it together and see what you get, I guess. So if I try it like that once, right? It's like a rosy, ooh, that's really pretty. It's kind of dark for me though. That's really pretty. And then, I don't know, if I go down here maybe to where it's lighter, can I get like a little bit of a lighter pink? Not by much though. Oh, I guess so. And then if I go up here to where it's like just pink, ooh, that's like a super bright, like a candy pink. Doesn't swatch well. Hopefully it applies well. And I guess if I go up here, like where there's more purple, what do I get? Kind of the same bronzy. I would say that's like closer to this, but more bronzy. That is really interesting. I kind of wish when they did these things, like obviously this is prettier to look at than a separated one, but I kind of wish that they would like separate it into, say, the purple, the pink, the bronze, and the like cream color, but not separated with plastic. Like kind of do a split pan without separating it with plastic. That way you could take from each of them, or you could mix it right in the middle without ruining any of them. You know what I mean? So here is the collection swatched. Color story wise, things that they chose, I think they did a fantastic job. I think they did better than last time. Not that they did poorly last time, but I think this is better. All right, I'm gonna try some of this on for you. Just to let you know, soap and water doesn't do it. Not for the lip things or the brown eyeliner or the multichromes. Just letting you know. And it's such a tough choice about what I want to do today. Okay, I think I want to start with airbending. I'm going to use my Too Faced Mr. Right eyeshadow brush. This is the smudger one. I'm going to go into airbending, and that's going to be my transition shade. So once again, I have this eye primed, the other eye not. Not for another wear test, just because that's what I'm doing for my eye issue right now. I think I should let this one be primer free for a while. So this color is not as bright as it is in the pan. Like once it's on the skin, it's more of a deep gold mustard color. Let's see if I pack it, does that make a difference? Not really. So I would say it actually blended better on the primed eye, and then you can definitely see a color difference. Like this almost leans orange on the unprimed eye. So that's pretty interesting. Then I am going to take firebending. I'm going to take the bright red, and I'm going to put this in my crease. Didn't want to lose that yellow, but I feel like I kind of did. And it's not all the shadow's fault. Like I usually say, I have hooded eyes, and I just always try to fit too many colors at once, you know. Just take some of the yellow and try to put it back. That really brings out the Chilean, right? Then I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 6 on it, and I'm going to go into Pro Bender, which is the like deep black gray with the glitter in it. And I'm going to put this in the deepest part of my crease. Anyone else hold their breath while they do their makeup? I look like Sozin's Comet, and I love it. Just so you know, the sparkles did not stay. No pun intended, this is a smoking look. I won't quit my day job. Alright, I guess am I gonna ruin it though? Like, alright, let me take a little bit of Pro Bender and put that like on the outermost corner of my eye. Okay, then I want to take Future Industries. I think I'm going to try to stick to the black side and like start building that inward on the lid just a little bit. This makes me so nervous putting it over this, but the doctor said I could. It's not sticking too well on this side, but that's absolutely a me eye problem and not an eyeshadow problem as of yet. Okay, now I'm gonna take the fire one, and that's gonna be my statement lid here. So I think what I'm gonna do though, I think is I'm just gonna put a little bit on my finger and try to just brush that on, but with my finger. Sure, this is super attractive. Whatever faces I'm making right now. Oops. I got a little bit here, which I didn't want. I could probably remove that with a Q-tip. So, ooh, do you see that? Do you see that? It's green. I just got so excited. So, I'm not seeing... Can you see it? I was just going to say I don't see too much, like, head on. And, like, some people might argue, well, of course you're not going to see it head on because, like, you know, you're not moving, you're not changing the way your eye is. But sometimes you can see already. So I would say, yeah, I don't see it head on, but definitely when I start to turn, oh, that's cool. Is it as strong as it was on my hand and like in here? No. But it's cool. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger. And the reason for me doing this is just to keep the applicators and the inside of the bottle clean. Because right now I'm just having some anxiety about keeping things clean because of my eye issue. So, wow, that is cool. I think I also picked really good colors to go with it too. Now I gotta see, like, I guess I gotta keep my eyes closed and make sure this dries, because I do have a bad feeling that it might crease and move and smear. So let's do that and hope for the best, and then I'll come back and do the rest. Just wow. Let's see, is it dry? Kind of. I think so. We'll see what happens. Then I am going to take my Too Faced Mr. Right brush, the large shader eyeshadow brush. I'm going to go into Air and put a nice, ooh. I'm going to slap that on to make a big giant brow bone highlight. Good thing I love shimmer and brow bone highlights. It's not the shadow's fault though, it's me and the brush. Should have used a different brush and shouldn't have dug into it like that. Man, what do I want to do with the lower lash line? Honestly, I think what I want to do is take Future Industries on my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it. Try to put that on the outermost, like, corner there. And then I think I'll take Harmony, same brush, and I'll put that across the lower lash line. I don't like that. It doesn't match, I feel like. It doesn't match up here on the lid, but we're just gonna keep rolling with it, I guess. Alright, then I'm going to take the Super Shock highlighter, and I'm gonna go toward the more like candy pink area and use that. It's like a soft pink glaze. Soft, cool pink glaze. It doesn't look like it's super shiny, honestly, but maybe when I go into the natural lighting it will be, so we'll see. To be determined. Alright, and then this is going to be interesting, but I'm going to do the, which one is this called again? I forget. Partner in Crime. And I'm going to put some of this on my lips. I'm not going to make it be as dark as it is here. Yeah, this needs some work. I don't like the texture of this one. This one feels like a cross between the Tarte lip paints and the soft matte lip creams from NYX. Like I said, I like the formula of the Fresh Kiss lip creams, so I'm just gonna try and, I don't know, not blend it out, but like even it out, I guess. Dark lips and like liquid lipsticks are not my thing, so. Okay, so this is a lot. There's a lot of makeup and it's very bold, but I like it. I really hope this wears well. I do have an in-person karate class today, so it should get a good wear test. Well, all of it. Who knew Avatar makeup could be so glam? this is a look. Yesterday's look wore so well, even on this eye without the primer and with the eye issue. The only part that didn't wear well was the like blackened cream shadow, of course. This eye it was okay. This one it didn't hold up at all, but the this guy here was fantastic. The palette wore well. I kind of lost, I feel like the red was a little bit lost, but I also put a lot of colors in and there was a lot happening, so the lipstick or lip creme wore well. The highlighter I feel is like subtle, but I mean it looked the same at the end of the day. I'm really happy with how yesterday went. So today I think I'm going to do the final look today, and then whatever I don't use and that I know I definitely want to use and that you want to see, like, you know, these other duochromes, I think when I wear them just off camera, I will take pictures and insert them here so that you can see them. So today is Easter, and I have my rainbow sweater on, and I'm going to play with the greens today. I want to see, I have to know, right, how these greens work, and I want to see what a shimmer looks like that isn't one of these awful creams. So I'm going to take my Too Faced Mr. Right eyeshadow brush, the smudger one. I'm going to start with Mover Star. Ooh, that is super pigmented. Funny, I was gonna say like, or I have said that like I don't have a shade like this, and now all of a sudden I feel like I have 3 like this. It's like not a mint, more like a sage kind of color. This is going to be my transition shade, by the way. Once again, I have this eye primed and this eye not. And I feel like I have a similar shade in the Too Faced Clover palette, that green. And then from the Colourpop Sage the Day palette. I don't think any of them are dupes for each other, but I do think they are close. This is so pretty, especially on Easter. And especially with my rainbow sweater. This one also applies better, like you don't have to like pack it as much. You can kind of just swipe. I just like that method better. Then I'm going to take the same brush and go into Earthbending. This looks like another super pigmented one. This is like the green crayon, just green. And this is going to be my crease shade. I would say this one is not as unique as you might think it is. Like I can probably get a similar shade from the Just My Luck palette, but I still like it. I do wish it was a bit deeper, but it's also not as bright as, say like the one in the Winx palette or the Fade into Hue palette, where it looks like it's going to be a lot deeper and it's just like fluorescent. So I feel like it does have a little more depth to it, but I would have liked it to be deeper. Okay, I'm going to take the same shade on my pinky, and I'm going to put that on the outer third of my eyelids. Just trying to close this gap. I don't know if it's from me not using brushes, my eyes, or the shadow. This side I know. Let's see what happens. Alright, that one's covering okay. That cream one definitely didn't want to go. The matte's doing okay. Then I'm going to take Endgame, which is like a yellowy green. Super pretty. And that, ooh, that's going to go on my lid from like the inner 2/3, and then blend it into that green matte. That is so pretty. I love that. This is like Winx palette done right here. See here where it's muddying and not quite covering? I'm just gonna put a little, yeah, it doesn't want to, but that is now a me problem. There we go, that's better. Then I'll just put a little more over there. Nice. I'm gonna do the same thing that I've been doing, taking my Too Faced Mr. Right eyeshadow brush, the large shader, go into Air, and make a nice brow bone highlight. Oh, so pretty. And then I'm just going to mimic what I have on the upper lid on the lower lash line. So I'm going to start with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it, go into Mover Star, and the outer half of the lash line is where I'm going to put that. And then I'm going to take my smaller version of that brush from Wish, go into Earth Bending, and put that tighter to my lower lash line over that same area. So the outer half, like that. Should I waste my time and try to use my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it to put Endgame on my lower lash line? Sure, let's try it. So I'm going to pick this up, try to anyway, and put this on the inner half of my lower lash line. Yeah, no, that didn't work. I'm going to use my finger as I typically like to do, and that's a lot better. Beautiful. Then I'm going to take this other one here, Loyal Friend, for the Fresh Kiss Lip Cream, and apply it. So this one too is more moussey than like the previous ones. Kind of don't like that. I like the formula of these two, and like this other one that I have, just like from the regular line. This is Ice Pop. I'm not a big fan of this. Like, it's okay, but I have stuff like this already. I liked the other formula. This thing is so hard to open. All right, then I'm going to take the like lighter part down here. Oof, look at that. And that's going to be my highlighter today. Like this, it kind of reminds me of the Too Faced Candlelight Glow, like Rosy Glow highlighter, which is nice if you liked that kind of color. Texture is definitely different, but I feel like the color is similar. All right, so that look wore pretty well. I would have liked more from it. I would have liked this shade here, the shimmer, to, like, it did start to crease a little bit. I would have liked it not to do that, like a little bit of fading, like where the crease is. Same thing with these guys, just a little bit of fading like into each other. So it could have been better, but given the track record I've had with Colourpop lately, could have been worse. So today I'm going to use the remaining shades here, as well as try the eyeliners on. So I'm going to start with my BH Cosmetics brush with a 3 on it. I'm going to go into Balance, which is this like reddish orange brown kind of, and that's going to be my transition and crease, I guess. See, now the funny thing is I actually think they could have, maybe should have included a brown matte in here, but that's okay. Just, you know, to go with the color story of the show. Otherwise, you know me, I don't I don't want those kinds of colors in my palettes. Pretty nice. Kind of reminds me of the Dominique Cosmetics Rustic Glam palette, like that reddish brown in there, orangey brown, but that one's definitely more brown. I'm going to take that same shade and I'm going to put it on the outer third of my lower lash line. Nope, I lied, of my lid. Then I'm going to take Spirits, which is the bronze, and I'm going to put that in the middle of my lid. Blend it into the matte. I don't know how well that one's gonna stay though. I feel like it's a little bit slick. Like it's definitely a powder, but it's slick. This one reminds me of also the Rustic Glam palette, that coppery shade in there, and one from the Glam Like Cake palette. I don't remember what it was called, Cinnamon maybe. Then I'm going to take Air. Can you tell I love this shade? I also applied it on my cheekbones already. I'll show you a picture in natural lighting. And I also already applied the Spirit Wilds highlighter, more of the like rose gold section of it. So like I applied that under, and then I did Air on the very top. So I'm going to put this on the inner third of my lid and blend it in. You can't see what I'm doing, sorry. Obviously this is not my typical look, but I'm going to put it with the eyeliners. I'm going to take my dollar store brush, go into Air, and put this as the brow bone highlight, of course. Then I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics brush with a 5 on it, go into Balance, and put that on the outer third of my lower lash line. And then I'm going to take Rebirth, which is the orange shimmer, and put that all across the lower lash line into the matte. I'm just going to use a fluffy brush to brush away some of the fallout. Then I'm going to take the Korra Saw Me eyeliner. This is the light blue. Oops, fallout. And let's see. I'm going to apply this to the first half of my lash line. That is so pretty. Then I'm going to take the Heart to Heart shade, and let's see if we can figure out what color it is. First thing I'm going to do is do the wing. It's always the worst part. Not the best wing, not the worst wing. Actually, that's not too bad. And then I'm going to put it on the outer half, outer third of my lash line. I still can't decide what color this is. Oops. Darn it. Okay, I'm trying to blend these two together, but I mean, it's not exactly the best blend. Like, it's not the best mix of colors, you know? I think that's the best we can get. I don't know. I want to say reddish brown, but like, could it be a burgundy? It sure could. These look really good. I just hope I don't get an allergic, oops, dropping everything again. An allergic reaction from the Asami one, because I have had issues with some Colourpop, like this kind of shade before, like the burgundy or like a purple, like a red purple, something with red in it. So, we shall see. I will show you pictures of the other products when I get around to them. That's it for today. I hope you have a good day no matter what it is you're doing. Bye. See you next time. And happy Easter, happy Ramadan, happy Passover, happy whatever you celebrate.